As it has become our custom here at Temple Road of Shalom, the afternoon service on Yom Kippur is a service of forgiveness and healing. This is our own liturgy that we've all contributed to in order for you to find comfort on this sacred day. You may follow along in the prayer book that you find online at our streaming site. Let us begin together in song. Journey towards shalom, wholeness and peace. Our lives are uncertain and we need strength for the journey ahead. The journey may be laden with physical pain and illness, filled with the air of sadness from loss, or marred by emotional strife and discontent. Any one of these troubles may diminish our spirits, causing us to lose faith in God and in the ability to heal. Let us nourish our spirits to find comfort on the road to peace. The journey begins within our hearts by asking for forgiveness from God and ourselves. Let us search within ourselves and our community for the hope we may have lost.
On this Day of Atonement, we are immersed in self-examination, and we pour out our hearts in contrition. Our confessions of the Spirit may be painful, and so we ask for healing of mind, healing of body, and healing of spirit. For complete wholeness, we need forgiveness, hope, and healing. We look to our tradition for words and songs that move us along this journey. We come before you on this Yom Kippur to ask your forgiveness. We place our hope in you to guide us towards shalom. We need your healing presence to begin our journey to wholeness. Let us prepare to enter God's loving presence.
Sha'alti me'et Adonai ota avakish. Achat sha'alti me'et Adonai ota avakish. Shivti beveit Adonai kol yemei chayai.
I am searching for words, for the words that describe, make sense, or at least comfort, words that summon me from the depths of my solitude.
In the night there is darkness, restless attempts to sleep, twisting, turning into the shadows. As I seek a comfortable pose, I bring my knees to my chest, folding my dreams in half. Will the crease ever come out?
And in the day, there are silent attempts to find hope, twisting, turning towards the light as I look for direction, a path, a way.
It is not easy to find the way, and so I lift my eyes to the mountains. Heaven lays her head upon the mountain top as I begin to climb.
What is the source of my help? I climb and gaze upon the vistas. More mountains, more horizons, never-ending moments where heaven meets earth, never-ending possibilities to meet the divine. Lift me, carry me, offer me courage. Help me understand life's sharpest paradox, that to live is tragic and wonderful, painful and awesome, dark and filled with light.
I lift my eyes to the summit, and as I climb, I find my help. In the turning and twisting it takes to ascend, I have found a path, and it is worn and charted by all those who are summoned from solitude. I take their lead, and I know that in the most essential way, I am being carried up the mountain. And even now, dear God, even now, I am not alone.
Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my days be as the ones before, lest routine set my ways. Lamdeni Elohai, Barech v'hitpalel, Lamed et siftotai, Bracha v'shir halel, Lamdeni Elohai, Barech v'hitpalel, Lamed et siftotai, Bracha v'shir halel.
We begin the second part of our service, Vidui, seeking forgiveness. On this Yom Kippur, we reach for the infinite. Mindful of all our frailty, we seek the holy. Despite our mortality, we carry within us the connection to the past. Despite loneliness within, we sense that we belong to a single soul, a spirit that fills the entire universe. Let us find in that universal spirit a new source of strength and significance, more compassion, more generosity, more gratitude for life. Let our hearts be open to self-reckoning, and may we grasp how vital to our lives is teshuvah, the path of return. At this time of forgiveness, we confess our wrongs and take into account our sins, failures of judgment, weakness of will. The hour is late, the need to be forgiven profound. Let us open our hearts to healing.
Create a pure heart in me, Adonai. Create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, Adonai. Create a pure heart in me, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within. Create a pure heart in me, Adonai. Create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, Adonai. Create a pure heart in me, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within.
Acknowledging our flaws. O God, we are not so arrogant as to pretend that the trial of our lives does not reveal our flaws.
We know ourselves in this moment of prayer to have failed the ones we love and the stranger again and again.
We know how often we did not bring to the surface of our lives the hidden goodness within.
When we have achieved, O God, we are grateful. Where we have failed, we ask forgiveness.
Remember how exposed we are to the changes and terrors of life. We were afraid. We sometimes chose to fail.
And we ask, turn our thoughts from hurt to its remedy. Free us from the torments of guilt.
We confess these transgressions against ourselves. Al chet shechetanu lefanecha, we sin against ourselves when we take our wellness for granted and do not praise you with each breath.
When we fail to hear the cry from our bodies, protect me, shelter me, embrace me.
When we remain silent, when those we love hurt themselves.
When we shut out the pleas of those who love us.
When we are impatient with those who are depressed or whose illness is chronic.
When we are impatient with ourselves.
When we take that which can nourish and use it to abuse, food, pleasure, love.
When we harm our bodies with alcohol, tobacco, and stress.
When we ignore our blessings.
Ve'al kulam elo aslichot selach lanu mechalanu kapelanu ve'al kulam elo aslichot selach lanu mechalanu selach lanu mechalanu kapelanu.
For all these imperfections, forgive us, pardon us, grant us atonement. A poem of forgiveness. My God and witness, my Creator who knows all hearts, look down from the highest mountain and forgive, and give in love the chesed that comes with repairing and healing to the fissures within our soul, and set my foolish ways right. Forgive the flaws that persist in my body and in my soul that, though I did not intend them to be, are part of me and my humanity. Spare me and repair the broken tablets that, broken, keep me from enlightened faith, and grant great strength to me to stand before you, O God. We continue with our own personal, our own private prayers.
Let us sing this song for the turning of the world, that we may turn as one. With every voice, with every song, we will move this world along, and our lives will feel the echo of our turning. With every voice, with every song, oh, we will move this world along. With every voice, with every song, we will move this world along, and our lives will feel the echo of our turning. Let us sing this song for the healing of the world, that we may heal as one. With every voice, with every song, we will move this world along, and our lives will feel the echo of our healing. With every voice, with every song, oh, we will move this world along. With every voice, with every song, we will move this world along, and our lives will feel the echo of our healing, and our lives will feel the echo of our turning.
We continue with the Haftarah assigned to Yom Kippur afternoon, Jonah, a story of healing and forgiveness. This is our final text for the Yamim Noraim, and it confirms that change, repentance, and forgiveness are all possible. More than that, they are what God desires. God sends Jonah to Nineveh because God believes that people can transform themselves, atone, and improve. While Jonah has his doubts, God's commitment to forgiveness is clear. In the presence of forgiveness, healing becomes possible. We, like Jonah and the people of Nineveh, are called one last time to this holy work.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar b'nviim tovim, v'radza b'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai הבוחר בתורה, ובמשה עבדו, ובישראל עמו, ובנביאי האמת והצדק. The word of Adonai came to Jonah, son of Amittai, saying, "Get up and go to the great city of Nineveh, to call their attention to the great wickedness that I see." Jonah, however, ran away from God's service. He went down to Jaffa, where he found a ship sailing to Tarshish. He paid the fare and went aboard. But Adonai cast a mighty wind upon the sea. Such a storm arose that the ship was in danger of breaking up and sinking. The sailors were so terrified, they called to their gods for protection and then flung the cargo overboard to make the ship lighter. Meanwhile, Jonah had gone down into the hold of the ship, where he lay down and fell asleep. The captain approached him and cried out, "How can you be sleeping so soundly? Get up and call upon your God. Perhaps this God will be kind to us, and we will not perish." Next, the sailors cast lots to discover who was responsible for their misfortune. The lot fell on Jonah. Jonah replied that he was a Hebrew who worshipped Adonai, the God of heaven, who made both sea and land. When the sailors heard this, they were very frightened and cried out, "What have you done?" After Jonah told them he was fleeing from the service of Adonai, they asked him what they must do to make the sea calm again. Jonah told them to throw him overboard, for surely he was responsible for the terrible storm. The sailors on board hesitated, for they did not wish to take the life of an innocent man. But as the sea grew even stormier and the sailors could not row to shore, they finally decided to hurl Jonah overboard. Calling out to Adonai for forgiveness, they threw Jonah into the waters. The sea stopped raging and grew calm. Now Adonai provided a gigantic fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah stayed inside the fish's belly for 3 days and 3 nights. Jonah prayed to Adonai to save him, and Adonai commanded the fish to throw Jonah up onto dry land. Adonai then spoke to Jonah a second time and ordered him to go at once to Nineveh. Jonah did as he was told and journeyed for 3 days until he came to the city. When he arrived, Jonah prophesied, "In 40 days Nineveh will be destroyed." The people believed in God and proclaimed a fast. Great and small alike put on sackcloth. When the news reached the king, even he took off his royal robe and dressed in sackcloth and sat in ashes. He decreed that people turn from their evil ways in the hope that God would change the plan to destroy them. And God saw how they were turning back from their evil ways, and so decided against the punishment that was originally planned. This greatly displeased Jonah. He prayed to God, saying, "Adonai, isn't this exactly what I said would happen? This is why I tried to escape to Tarshish, for I know that you are a kind and merciful God. Now I wish you'd take my life." Jonah left Nineveh and stopped at a place east of the city. There he built a booth to sit in while he waited to see what would happen. As he waited, Adonai provided a ricinus plant, which grew over Jonah to provide shade for his head and make him more comfortable. Jonah was very pleased about this. But the next day, at dawn, God provided a worm to attack the plant so that it withered. And when the sun rose and beat upon Jonah's head, he felt faint and begged God for death. God said to Jonah, "You cared so much about a plant that you didn't even grow? It appeared overnight and perished overnight. If so, shouldn't I care about the great city of Nineveh, which has more than 120,000 innocent people and animals as well?" Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, sur kol haolamim, Sadik b'chol hadorot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer v'yoseh, ha'medaber u'mekayem, shechol devarav emet v'tzedek, al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al hanviim ve'al yom ha'kippurim hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, למחילה ולסליחה ולכפרה, לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל, אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך ומבורכים אותך, יתברך שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד, ודברך אמת וקיים לעד. Baruch atah Adonai, melech mochel v'solech li'avonoteinu, v'la'avonot amo beit Yisrael, u'ma'avir ashmotenu v'chol shana v'shana, melech al kol ha'aretz, mekadesh Yisrael, v'yom ha'kippurim.
Our service continues now with prayers and songs for healing. Give ear, O Eternal, to my prayer. Heed my plea for mercy. In my time of trouble, I call you, for you will answer me. When pain and fatigue are my companions, let there be room in my heart for strength. When days and nights are filled with darkness, let the light of courage find its place. Help me to endure the suffering and dissolve the fear. Renew within me the calm spirit of trust and peace. Oh, guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps, and help me make this day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps.
Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha.
Oh, guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps, and help me make this day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps. Oh, guide my steps.
Ufros aleinu.
Oh, guide my steps.
Ufros
Oh,
aleinu.
guide my steps.
We take time now for a moment to find your own healing as we listen to these beautiful words sung by Cantor Rhodes of Debbie Friedman's Reb Nachman's prayer.
You are the one, for this I pray, that I may have the strength to be alone, to see the world, to stand among the trees and all the living things, that I may stand alone and offer prayers and talk to you. You are the one to whom I do belong, and I'll sing my soul, I'll sing my soul to you, and give you all that's in my heart. May all the foliage of the field, all grasses, trees, and plants, awaken at my coming. This I pray, and send their life into my words of prayer, so that my speech, my thoughts, and my prayers will be made whole, and through the spirit of all growing things. And we know that everything is one, because we know that everything is you. You are the one, for this I pray. I ask you, God, to hear my words that pour out from my heart. I stand before you, I like water lift my hands to you in prayer, and grant me strength to stand alone. You are the one to whom I do belong, and I'll sing my soul, I'll sing my soul to you, and give you all that's in my heart. You are the one, for this I pray, and I'll sing my soul to you.
And now we offer a prayer for healing for individuals. As those who came before us were blessed in the presence of communities that sustained them, so we offer our blessings for those among us needing support. We pause now for an opportunity for you to say a name. Perhaps it's your own name, perhaps also those in your family and other loved ones for whom you are praying for healing. Perhaps you can bring them to this moment by saying the name aloud. May your spirit be calmed and your pain eased. May you receive comfort from those who care for you, and may you drink from the waters of the ever-giving wellspring of life. And we join in prayer the Mishaberach blessing. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach imotenu Mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
come now to our concluding section, Finding Peace and Reaping Joy. The winding road toward wholeness is not yet complete, but God's loving presence makes the journey more bearable. We extol the eternal and give thanks for guarding and sustaining us on this spiritual journey. Our sages taught that the path from pain to joy takes great toil and faith. It may bring feelings of despair along the way, but hope and faith will light the path ahead. One of the most prolific Jewish songwriters of our time, Debbie Friedman, took the message of the psalmist to teach us how to turn sorrow into joy through music, and thereby find our capacity to heal. It begins with hope, and hope leads to joy. Debbie said that you didn't have to suffer pain or hurt or despair to find hope and joy, but that if you have the capacity to experience pain or suffering, the deepest pain you ever know, then surely you have that much capacity for great joy.
Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy.
Azorim bedima berina iksoru Azorim bedima berina
Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy.
Eventually, life tests us all. There isn't a human being alive who has not faced defeat. The question that we must all ask ourselves is not, how are we to avoid pain, but rather, when sorrow comes, how can we muster the resources to recover from pain? No one will ever wish misfortune upon themselves, but suffering is a great teacher. It teaches us empathy, compassion, and wisdom. Most of all, it forces us to learn that we are far stronger than we ever suspected.
There is a moment in time when you see a flash of light, or feel a slight wisp of the wind, or notice a momentary pause as if the world is holding its breath. And then suddenly, at that moment, your life comes into focus. And it is that very moment in time that beckons you to take a turn in the road and step on a path that leads you to the truth of who you are. And in the moment, in the light, in the whisper of the wind, in the pause, you have a choice that can change your life forever. You can choose to live, to really live, or simply to get along. Choose to live.
to dancing, so that my soul might sing to you, so that my soul sing to you, and did not be still.
Oh God, my God, forever I will thank you. Oh God, my God, forever I will thank you. Oh Decah. Now I sing praises to the Holy One, who lifts me up when I have fallen. And I cry to you to heal me, and you have answered all my prayers. Oh God, my God, forever I will thank you. Oh God, my God, forever I will thank you. Oh Decah.
I ask you to be gracious and hear me, Adonai. I call to you to help me, and you supported me with joy.
Oh God, my God, forever I will thank you. Oh God, my God, forever I will thank you. Oh Decah. You turn my mourning into dancing. Turn my mourning into dancing. You turn my mourning into dancing. This concludes our service of healing and forgiveness. Thank you for joining us for this important moment in this day. In just a few moments, our Yizkor Memorial Service will begin. It begins at 5 p.m., but you can watch it anytime this afternoon. At 6 o'clock, please join us live on templeroadofshalom.org for our final concluding service for Yom Kippur, the service of Ne'ilah.